Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Girls and a Cat podcast. As always, I'm Sam and this is
Carolyn.
Today on episode 14, we're going to go spooky with Two Girls Talk American Horror Story. So we're talking season 1 to 5, our thoughts, feelings on previous seasons, how we feel about season 6 so far, and how we think all the seasons are connected.
Yes. Exciting times.
It is that time of the year again.
Halloween is my favourite time of the year, man.
It's the 1st of October. So we thought we'll do American Horror Story, given that it's 3 episodes into season 6. So, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
But I want to talk about that, because I've been watching them all again. Mm-hmm. I'm nearly at the end of Murder House 1.
It's like the best one.
It's not. Coven's the best one.
Oh, it's brilliant though.
Coven is the best
like
one.
It's the OG.
Well, yeah, because that's how it all started. I remember watching it and turning it off and thinking, what the hell is that? And then for some reason just went out. I started from Coven because I like all witches and
like I didn't particularly enjoy Asylum as much as I enjoyed Murder House.
Mm-hmm.
But then I really liked Coven.
Yeah.
And I really liked Freak Show.
I haven't seen the only one I haven't
seen. You haven't seen.
I haven't seen Freak Show. I watched the first 5 episodes of it. I think I watched it before. Wes Bentley. Is it Wes Bentley? Is that what his name is? The guy who they summon in Freak Show. So I did watch the beginning of it. I think it was to the point where he came in and was it Wes? What's his surname? Is it Bentley?
Wes Bentley, yeah.
Wes Bentley. Do you know who that is? That's the guy from American Beauty. Who that carrier bag's so beautiful.
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
That's him.
Ah.
So I watched it when he came into it and then stopped watching it.
Yeah. So he plays Edward Mordrick in Freak Show.
Yes.
John Lowe in Hotel.
He was very good in Hotel.
Ambrose White in Roanoke.
Yeah, it took us a while.
He was in the Hunger Games.
Yes, he's Senator Crane.
Oh, of course he was. Yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
I watched The Murder House and Asylum. I've watched, halfway through, and I've tried about 3 times to watch that, and still just can't get to the end. I still can't do it.
It's like
it's hard work.
Asylum's not my favourite. It's
It's hard
work. I find
work.
it a bit. Do you know what I didn't like about it? The whole like alien abduction thing.
Yeah,
I'm not really into that kind of thing too much.
I remember when it first came on. It was Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Series 3 was coming on.
Yeah.
And that was premiering the same time. Right. So it was
Obviously.
Walking Dead and then Horror Story and then American Horror Story afterwards.
Uh-huh.
And I remember watching the first episode of Asylum and just going, done. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Not into that.
Not into that. But then someone recommended Coven because of the witch element of it, which really interested us, and I absolutely love Coven. So it made us go back and appreciate the first. Still couldn't finish the second one. I haven't watched the end of Freak Show, but I've just finished Hotel, and I absolutely loved Hotel. I know you weren't a big fan of it.
Yeah, I haven't finished watching Hotel. I've had to do it in parts because I just can't. And I don't know whether part of it's because I haven't properly. What I should do is stop doing other things at the same time when I try and watch Hotel and just sit and watch it and do nothing else.
I know what you mean, because I did that with the first the Murder House one. I did everything else but watch that and just have it on in the background and then watched it again properly. And I enjoyed it a lot more when I just sat and watched it. But Hotel, I couldn't not just sit and I couldn't concentrate on anything else but it. And I think the most interesting part of Hotel is just the characters in there.
Yeah,
I love Evan Peters' character. I like just him doing that voice, just that 1920s like gangster like. Oh, I loved it. Not gangster. I know what I mean.
Sort of diction. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I wish I could do it to where it didn't come out, because it won't come out the way it's meant to.
So you didn't sound like Bugs Bunny trying to be Al Capone.
That's it. That's it.
No one talks about Bugs Bunny anymore. I thought I'd drop him a word.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
I loved Evans Peters in that. I loved Liz Taylor. Is it Pete O'Hara? Dennis O'Hara, sorry. Yeah. It took ages to realise that was Spalding.
Right.
He from Coven. Mm-hmm. He was like, Jesus Christ, he's so different. I went, right, put him in a suit, give him a Louisiana accent, with hair. Who's he then? And he was like, holy shit, it's friggin' him from True Blood. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, he's amazing. He's an incredible actor.
True Blood, which was amazing until it started going silly.
It was great until it went shit.
Oh God! And I'm sorry, but I know that Joe Manganiello came into True Blood as Alcide, but even he couldn't save it.
Oh no,
and I do like him.
Who doesn't love Joe Manganiello? Oh shit! You drop your pop. Sorry.
Pop is soda, by the way, for the American listeners. So yeah, what we were just talking about before we started this was the connections, wasn't it?
Because there's I mean, when this series, nobody knew what was going on with Series 6 before it came out. I hadn't got a clue. I just saw the pitch. I saw the picture and went, "There's a 6 in the poster," and I went,
"Because it's season 6.
It's season 6, Sam." And I was like, right. I thought that might have been a clue.
It's called 6.
I know that. I know that now.
There's a clue in this poster. I just
don't get it. Because there was talk about it being something about a forest, and nobody had a clue, and it wasn't until the first episode came on that everyone like, right, okay. And it's a really different setting than previous ones, so it's kind of like a documentary reenactment.
Yeah.
So you've got your real life, quote unquote real life people, and then your actors playing them.
Yes.
And I think it's great that they've got Cuba Gooding Jr. in this series.
I know. I did not know that he was in this.
Well, I have a feeling he's in it because he was in he played OJ, didn't he? And I think Ryan Murphy might have had something to do with that OJ.
I liked what you did.
Yeah,
so you could be in this.
And he worked with Sarah Paulson in that. So that could be it. But he is really good in it. Like I'm enjoying him. He doesn't annoy us.
Yeah, I mean, I like how they've shot this completely differently to all the others.
Yeah.
With that whole documentary thing, like
that's what's in at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, like I was trying to explain this to Virginia, and I was saying to him, this is how it's done. This is what they're doing.
Well,
and he was like, "What?" Like,
it's hard.
Just watch it and see what I'm trying to tell you.
Is he watching it?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't realise he was watching it.
Yeah, he loves American Horror.
Ant's not watching this series.
Yeah.
He watched Coven and he watched Hotel, but he's not watching this one yet.
Yeah.
What is Hotel's getting put on Netflix? Actually.
Yes, it
is.
In
the next week or so.
It makes it even easier. I've got it on Sky anyway.
It's on Netflix very soon. But what was I going to say? Completely gone. Well, no, that's what it is. That's what I was going to say. That's how television is at the moment. It's documentary style. Like everyone loved Making a Murderer. Like I've been watching documentaries like that for years.
Maybe that's what the thinking was behind it. Like. Because that's that kind of design on it.
How quick did Making a Murder just like blow up? Like everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, I mean we know the effect that's had because of the legal consequences that have followed after that. But I
think that's the setting. I think that's how the setting of things are nowadays. Because it is like that's it's more interesting. So I'm liking the setting of Series 6, but it's now, if we're talking about connections, because there's loads of fan theories, there's loads, you can actually watch it and pick things up that you think's going on. But if you watch Series 1, when Billie Jean, is it Billie Jean or Billie Ray? Billie Jean. Sarah Paulson's character is sitting, she's a clairvoyant in that one, she's sitting with Jessica Lange and the little kid, Violet. She actually tells the whole story of season 6. Yeah. She tells the colony, the Roanoke. She tells that whole story within that episode. It's already done. So there's one connection. Mm-hmm. It was already paved out. It was five series beforehand.
And you know, the girl who plays Violet is the sister of Vera Farmiga.
Yes, I didn't know that until the other week. Yeah, and she is in The Conjuring. Yeah, I did not know that.
I was like, oh, fascinating, because I think I realised that when I was watching another really good series, in my opinion, Bates Motel, because Vera Farmiga played Norman Bates' mother.
You would think,
in that,
given that Psycho is one of my favourite films, I would watch it.
Have you watched it?
No, but because Psycho is one of my...
watch it. Honestly, you will not be disappointed.
I probably will be, because Red Dragon is my favourite book. And they brought a TV series out called Hannibal with Will Graham in, and it makes us sick to my stomach. So I don't know how I would feel about it.
I think you'll really like it, and I think you'll be pretty impressed with the boy who plays young Norman. I think you'll be pretty impressed.
Oh, I might give it a try.
Maybe you should give it a whirl.
I might give it a try.
I think it's on Netflix.
No, I think it is. I think I've seen it. I've got so much to watch.
Give it a go.
Luke Cage has just come out.
I mean, just as we were talking there, I was doing my little geeky research there. Just by looking at the viewers per episode, and I'm assuming this is American viewers on FX. Mm-hmm. For all of the episodes of the American Horror Story seasons, however which way you want to say it, which have gone on average, I think, for the first season, which was about 2.5 million. Freak Show had some high numbers, man, like 6.13 million viewers.
It really got a good reception.
It went really well, and Hotel at the end just died off, like 1.85 million.
I thought the end of Hotel was brilliant.
See, I didn't.
There was a lull in the middle, and I thought, oh, and then because with Hotel, Gaga is spectacular. All the characters are very interesting. Kathy Bates is her transformation from weeping mother to just totally got her shit together is incredible to watch. But there was some bits in there that, and we were talking about this before we started recording, that really were very distasteful, and it probably dipped when that happened. It was they had a serial killer murder meal. Yeah. And I can understand why they would think that might be appealing, because serial killers can be quite appealing to
people who are into true crime and
true crime, because me and my sister we're really into true crime, one more than the other.
Yes, Michaela. Yes, you are.
But there was that meal was so distasteful. They had Dahmer, Gacy. They had a guy sitting in the corner with the mask on, and it was meant to be the Zodiac killer. And the guy who Evan Peters were playing, he's based off an actual serial killer. It wasn't the name, but there was who killed in hotels very gruesomely, just like he was portrayed in the show. And Lily Rabe played Eileen Warnos. And
you feel strongly about this, Sam.
I really do. I don't know if anyone else picked this up, but she sat there and she flicked her hair. And she continuously flicked her hair, she pulled it in her face, and then she whipped it back. And she did it like a fucking tick. Like she had there was something gone in her head. Now Eileen was very gone in her head, but not to the point where she had a tick. The reason Eileen used to pull her hair back without using her hands is because she had fucking handcuffs on that stopped her from pulling her hands and getting her hair and pushing it back. So she used to flick her hair back, and did that just
irritate
boil my piss. I was on the phone to Michaela and I was like, what the fuck is she doing? If she flips her hair one more, she's done it again.
Put my fist through this screen.
Yeah, honestly, I could quite happily have done it. And I love Lily Rabe. She is one of my favourite characters from Coven was Misty Day. Loved that, the whole Stevie Nicks, and I love that.
I like how she's playing Shelby, the real Shelby.
The real Shelby.
In inverted commas, in Roanoke.
Yeah, Lily Rave's playing the real one, and Sarah Paulson's playing the actress.
Shelby.
Now, what I read, and I don't know if this is from the same article we were reading earlier, that she might be related to the clairvoyant, Billy Ray, Billie Jean. Why do I want to keep calling her Billy Ray? Billie Jean. She might be, or she's connected to Coven.
Yeah. So, one of the two things.
I can't see that yet. Within what we've seen, I don't see that.
Yeah.
She's from given the last episode.
They're saying the theory is that she's been somehow drawn to that house because
she keeps changing her mind, doesn't she?
Yeah,
in the first episode, I hate it. We've got to get out of it, and then no, we're gonna fight back, and then
I'm not leaving this house.
And then all of a sudden, she wants to leave it again and go back. She's very to and fro. Yeah, I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
But she was what she did in that last episode was a bitch move. Bitch move.
Not happy with her.
No, not like Angela Bassett.
I do like Angela Bassett.
That
woman is 59 years old. Can I just say?
She
looks incredible.
She looks exactly the same as when she did, what do you call it? The Tina Turner one. What's Love Got
to Do with It? Yeah.
And she was in Malcolm X. She looks exactly the same. She doesn't change. She doesn't age.
She's brilliant.
She is that voodoo queen. Oh, she was amazing as that voodoo queen. I loved her in that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's married to Courtney Vance, who played Cochran in the People vs. OJ True American Crime Story. So I'm guessing that is something to do with Ryan Murphy with his True American Crime Story.
Yeah.
American Horror Story. And he did Scream Queens as well.
Yeah.
There was another connection as well, which isn't really connecting Series 6 to anything else, but it was the one I was telling you about earlier, the Emma Roberts one. So Dr. Montgomery in Murder House, who the guy, Portia...
Literally just sat on the microphone. Thanks, P.
You couldn't have picked... Anyway, there's like all this space and you sat here.
Not just... She's got the whole house.
That's true. That is true. But no, she wanted this space.
That 3-inch square area just there. Good girl.
Yeah, so Dr. Montgomery, the guy... Did he try and stitch the baby?
I think so.
Or yeah. Because the baby died, and for some reason the family were given a dismembered baby back, and
like you do,
and he stitched the baby up, and he was called Dr. Montgomery, and his wife Mrs. Montgomery, Madison Montgomery in Coven, same surname, crazy brains, crazy ones. So they may be related. That's a possibility, but there's a lot of we are looking for the connection because the creators have said it's going to all draw the series together.
Well, yeah, because the guy who played Dr. Montgomery was in Hotel, and he was there during the termination of the pregnancy.
Yes, he was. Oh my God, that's who she went to?
The baby survives, and
that's Gaga's baby. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't really.
Yeah.
That was the most... I didn't want to see inside because you knew what was inside, but what was he called? Bartholomew. And she had him in this like crib, blacked out room, this gorgeous crib, and you didn't want to see what was in there. You knew what was in there. But yes, that's it. She went to him for her abortion. But within Hotel, a lot of other characters came in. Queenie came in from Coven and met her demise in there, which I was devastated about because Queenie, she had one of the most unusual powers within Coven. She was the human voodoo, wasn't she? And the minute these ghosts attack her, they started getting hurt.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the fuck? And she went, I'm a human voodoo doll, bitches. But they still managed to get her. They still managed to.
Yeah.
And then Billie Jean, she was in there and she communicated with all the serial killers. Because how far... Are you asked about the hotel being spoiled?
Not bothered.
The guy, John?
Yeah.
He was the serial killer that he was looking for.
It was him. Yeah.
It was him. and they were doing what was it? It was a collection of, it was what Evan Peters' character started. Was it the 7 Deadly Sins? Thou shalt not, like, yeah, it was, and it was a collection of that, and he finished it off. He became his protege and he finished his work off, and that's why he was only invited to the serial killer meal for, because he is a serial killer. And then when Billie Jean comes in and she's with all the serial killers, he's just as fucking crazy as all they are. And he's trapped in the house, in the hotel as well. He did his last murder, ran back, got shot down by the police, but managed to crawl himself into the hotel.
Right.
His wife's obviously dead, because she is a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
The son is, but the daughter isn't. And she never was, and she would come back to visit them and spend like a night with them. She was totally acceptable of the fact that her family are dead and she isn't.
Oh my god.
Weird. But so good. I really enjoyed Hotel. If I haven't said that a million times.
She lives it.
I did. What else? What have we not talked? Have we talked about the first series? Oh, Murder House. You took his breath there. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Do you know what I want to see more? Who I want to see more of?
Mm-hmm.
Zachary Quinto. I loved Zachary Quinto in Murder House.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But
maybe it's going to happen.
Was he in asylum? He was, wasn't he?
Let me tell you.
I think he was.
He was Dr. Oliver Thredson in Asylum.
But that's it.
And that's been it.
The question is Jessica Lange going to come back for Series 6?
Well, yeah. I mean, she hasn't been it since Freak Show, because that was like her announcing she was done with American Horror.
It's a shame. It's such a shame. It's just not the same without her. Has Gaga taken that reign? Because Gaga's in Series 6.
Yeah, it's just two fairly big personalities to have.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Think?
I don't know what. I think Jessica Lange is such a professional that she would have made it work, but that whole series is being focused on her. Even every character that is all focused on her. So if we go back to connections, and mainly, I didn't see any connection in episode 2 of Series 6. And apparently there's going to be one. There was one from Freak Show.
Right.
But I didn't see it because I haven't seen the end of Freak Show. So I don't know. I read that. But the third one was more to do with Coven. Yeah,
I think there's the rumour that the Mott family, Dandy Mott, is connected.
So
we see, this is what Ryan Murphy says, that you see the beginnings.
I'm so sorry.
Of the Sam's just cracking her knee joints.
I'm really sorry.
That you see the beginnings of the Mott family. You're going to find out where they come from. Because they obviously Freak Show is set in Jupiter in Florida. This is in North Carolina, so it's totally plausible that they have at some point moved. So
can I just, because I did watch the first part of Freak Show.
Yeah.
The family you're talking about, is that the kid who goes to the clown? Yeah, he gets the clown, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Twisty.
Yeah.
His mum's a bit nuts.
Yeah.
And he collects weird stuff, or because he wanted Sarah Paulson's character. He wanted the two-headed girl, didn't he? Yeah. That's it. That's right. Okay, I know who he is.
That's him.
I didn't realise that was Tristan though from Hotel.
That's him.
So in third episode we had Leslie Jordan. If you don't know Leslie Jordan, fuck off, because he's awesome. He was in Coven, and he was part of the council. In Series 6, he is a clairvoyant who communicates with the dead for a fair price.
Yes,
which is understandable. If you want my talents, bitch, you got paid that money.
Well, if you can talk to dead people, I'm pretty sure that's a valuable commodity to have. So.
Yeah, and maybe his timing was a bit shit. The way he said, I know where your daughter is, But for
give us 25 grand.
Give us 25 grand and I'll tell you where she is.
That's fine.
That's pretty bad timing.
I'm good, thanks. I'm all right with that, thank you.
Wow, I'm glad I'm not your child. You give up on us straight away.
25 grand, you kidding on you? No way. I bet I was going to retire when I was 40. Go away. Even more plausible, don't have child to raise, thanks. Ooh. Ooh.
We'll move on from that one. Oh no, so Leslie Jordan plays this clairvoyant who makes a reference to New Orleans. New Orleans is where Coven is set. Not necessarily where the council is from, but it was where Coven was set.
Yeah.
And he did give it a name. What was he called? I'm not bothered about Coven, but he had this really weird name in Series 6. Get on it, Carolyn.
What's his name?
Leslie Jordan.
It's Cricket Marlowe.
Cricket, that was it. So yeah, he's given her the name, which doesn't resemble anything to do with the character from that he played in Coven. It was more from where they're from, and obviously what he can do. He's a clairvoyant, and the other guy, he was of witchery. He didn't actually, but in Coven they don't actually tell you what he can do. You just know that Fiona did him a solid, and he got a really good book deal out of it, and became famous.
Yeah,
I do love Leslie Jordan. He's in the Help.
I totally. Yes, he is.
He's class.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's kind of like my favourite character so far of season 6. After one episode.
I
like him that much.
We talk about Kathy Bates's character in series 6. So I'd ask Carolyn, is she doing a Scottish accent? Because I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
I mean, what is that accent? And like, I've got a problem with Kathy Bates doing accents full stop, because the one in bloody Freak Show was god awful. So I was quite pleased to kind. I mean, I think it was meant to be some sort of like.
Isn't it Scottish? Didn't a lot of Scots come over to America? Not from, but to America.
If that was Scottish,
it didn't sound Irish.
Who said? It's like I always think when people do really bad attempts at accents, that quite clearly there's got to be a reading of the script. All the actors must sit around a table and read the script and say, Kathy, you've got to do, for example, a Scottish accent. And then when it comes out sounding like that, can you not do it any better? No, I can't. Right, we've got a problem. Please don't do that on TV ever. But just don't do it.
Then remember who you're talking to. It's Kathy Bates.
I don't give a shit. I don't care who she is. I don't care if she's Jesus Christ. She's not meant to be doing that accent.
I thought it was Scottish. It sounded Scottish, but Carolyn thinks it's Irish.
Terrible.
Oh, she just can't make her mind up what it is, or she can't tell what it is.
It's terrible.
Oh, I didn't mind Miss Bates's accent. I don't listen. I do listen, obviously, but it doesn't annoy us enough to where I go, oh, that's a shit performance. Her accent's not on point.
Oh yeah, but she's great, isn't she, to have in any TV series?
Yeah. Like Kathy I think she was going through a bit of a rough patch in her career, and it wasn't until Jessica Lange said, I'm going to be leaving this soon. Mm-hmm. We need somebody, and our friend Kathy Bates was available, and I remember watching, they did a sit down when, just before Freak Show came down, they did like a cast sit down, and the pair of them got really emotional because they wanted to work with each other so badly, but Jessica Lange knew she was going to be leaving, but she felt safe leaving it in the hands of Kathy Bates, because you have no idea how much pull Jessica Lange had on that show.
Yeah.
Everything was ran past her. And it's such a shame she's gone.
Jessica Lange. That's right.
The only thing I've ever seen Jessica Lange in, bar this, Cape Fear. Was it Cape Fear? Is that with Robert De Niro?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the only thing I've seen Jessica Lange in.
She's clearly been in loads of things.
Obviously. And I was like, why is she so famous? And I think just because she's done just so much. Like, I don't think it's one particular thing. Like, you know, when someone's got that film that's connected to them forever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I just think she works. That's how I got the impression of it anyway.
Yeah, she's been in everything.
She was amazing as Fiona Good in Coven. Probably the best performance I've seen out of her in all of them. I absolutely love that.
She was in Tootsie.
Tootsie.
She won the Oscar.
Did she really?
For Best Supporting Actress.
I knew she was an Oscar winner.
Yeah, which became the second highest grossing film in 1982 behind E.T.
She's a fucking Oscar winner.
She's obviously an Oscar winner and worthy of a mention.
Coven I could bang on about all day. It's with American Horror Story, you can get to the point where it's like, oh, it's so good at the beginning, then you get into the middle and you're like, oh, it's just getting stupid now. Like,
well, I mean, that's shown by the numbers, and you look at the numbers of people who start watching it. Like, Hotel had 5.98 million, and by the end, barely 2 million people were watching it.
It's because it can get to the. I can understand where people come from on Hotel. I just got connected with one character, maybe even two, and followed them, and I watched for them. But I can understand why people would turn off, because it does get to the point, like Asylum, for example. It just got stupid. It got to the point where it wasn't even a story anymore. You weren't. It was just mismatchy, and I felt it was all over the place. Coven. There's not a point in that apart from Evan Peters' story. You didn't really need it.
Yeah,
wasn't necessary at all. Besides that, it didn't get stupid.
No, it didn't get lost off. I felt
no, not at all. From start to finish, it was a consistent story. I even loved the Papa Shango. No, that's a wrestler. Papa Shango's a wrestler.
What you talking about? Some slang, Sally.
Papa, what's his name? The voodoo guy.
Papa Shango.
Yes, Papa Shango's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Him, I loved when he came into it, and Queenie's recurring nightmare where she had to continuously serve people fried chicken. I just thought the whole series was brilliant. Misty Day, Stevie Nicks was in it, for fuck's sake.
Well, there we go.
And Fiona, just how she was just such a good bitch. You just couldn't. I felt so sorry for her at the end, where she has to spend the rest of her life waking up in that place with the axe murderer.
Yeah.
That's a real crime. The jazz killer, where he told everyone to put jazz music on, and if he didn't, he would kill you. That's actually real. That's a real story. There's quite a few.
He was a real person.
It was a real story. There's quite a few real-ish characters in Coven, because Delphine Lalaurie, she's real as well. However, she didn't meet her demise by being put under the floor. She pissed off to France, and no one ever saw her again. So she got up. But what she supposedly did, the whole Minotaur thing, making her own, she would break slaves' legs, reset them so they were longer. She experimented with some crazy shit. But the minute they started sniffing on that this was happening, she just packed her bags, went to France, and nobody saw her again. She didn't, die under and get put under a house. But a house is real. What you see.
You can go to the house.
Yeah, I would love to go to New Orleans. It just, it looks incredible.
It would be amazing.
It would. And just Mardi Gras there, and a lot of Anne Rice's universe is part of New Orleans. You see that in Interview with a Vampire. I could just go on and on and on.
You take it and get yourself on an American Horror Story trail.
I would love to. The houses that are in American Horror Story, they are beautiful.
And let's talk about that for a second, because that's the other big thing that people are banging on about at the moment, is the similarity between the house in Murder House and the one in Roanoke.
So are we talking about the window?
Just the whole house itself. They're saying, just the whole introduction to it, it's shot in the same way the thing opened up, which it will be, because it's the same show.
In Hotel, I'm sure Gaga's suite had that circled window as well.
Yeah.
Now, is that what people are looking for within this connection? Because
it's more than that.
I was hoping that we were just seeing the universe come together. That that's how I thought it. That's how I thought this connection. But it's how can you connect this one person to this series? That's how it feels like. or this one moment, or is that because series 6 apparently of this, not series 6, episode 6 of season 6, that's where it all opens up. That's what's being said anyway.
We're going to understand more about it, which will tie in nicely because we're going to do our podcasts in threes, so episodes 1 to 3, then 4 to 6, 7 to 9, whatever after that.
Yeah, so we're going to continue with the American Horror Story following, just like we did Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Little breakdown.
Yeah. And also we've got Walking Dead coming up.
Walking Dead, now, that's a big one. That's huge.
That's huge.
That is fucking huge.
That deserves a massive recap.
That we need to sit down, we need to talk the last series, because we missed out. By the time we started this podcast, it didn't matter anymore. It was dying off. It was
slightly off, yeah. We thought there's no point talking about it because we'll just wait until the big one.
And we're here.
And it's 24th of October.
We're not that far away from it.
It's just over 3 weeks away.
So we want to do a full recap. I got a lot to say on that series. And I need to remember it as well. My memory, all I know is what we're waiting for. So if I need to sit down and have a think about what the fuck happened, because that series was very interesting.
Who did what?
Very interesting. So I want to sit and talk about Walking Dead, but we continue the American Horror Story with the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that next week.
Well, next week it'll be only up to episode 4, won't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have to do it in 3 weekly stints.
Right. We'll organise it.
We'll do something else. We were actually talking earlier, weren't we? Because we're going to watch some reality TV after this.
Because that's what we do.
Some really awful programs that we like to watch whilst we eat food on a Saturday night.
If you've listened to the first podcast where we did the Q&A, we talk extensively about our reality TV that we watch. Yeah, obsession is the word.
My £600 Life's a particular favourite.
And mine's the, what you call it? The one we're going to watch now.
My Strange Addiction.
My Strange Addiction. That's the first time I found out what a furry was. I did not know what a furry was until I watched that. I did not realise people ate paint actually until we watched that.
I didn't realise people dressed up as horses and
That's a furry?
Thingied around and ate tyres and rubber shavings and
makeup,
deodorant.
I've never actually sit there and thought, ooh, I want to
have a coffee enemas repeatedly. That can't be good for you.
No, it can't.
Well, none of it can be good for you, let's be fair. Mentally or physically.
Didn't someone eat a sofa as well? And a mattress?
Yes.
I've never really
It's dirty, is what it is. It's horrible.
It is. But we cannot get enough of it, so we do want to sit and do it.
We do.
Just to talk about our trash TV. Mm-hmm. So is that it? We're done talking. Yeah. So if you want to keep the conversation going, please hit us up in the comments down below. If you want to talk to us about what you think of the series. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more podcasts and videos.
Yes.
From Two Girls. How to find us is in the description down below. So until next time, it's goodbye from us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from Portia. So Portia, meow meow.